So this is celebration of life for our friend. Look how beautiful. They brought out drums for everyone in his honor. So beautiful. So beautiful.
We're being filmed for my family. We good, Rob? Okay. Just feel just being here. Oh, hello. Now, is that better? Okay. So I don't have to bend down. Daniel and I are the same height here. So. The community that Daniel had here is amazing, and this is where he belongs. This is where his soul and his person and his being belong. He lived with all of you longer than he lived with us, with his family. I understand why he never wanted to leave. He was here for, I think, 34 years or something like that. I really want to thank all of you, thank Sabina and Jimmy and Clint and a lot of other people who've reached out to me. He lived with Jimmy for 10 years. They had a beautiful relationship. Daniel often talked about the drum circle. I visited here many times, but it was my first drum circle, and it's a really special one. Daniel was really a unique soul. And here, so many people have said to me when they moved here that he was the first friend that they had. So many people. You waving to me? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were filming. Okay, good. All right. So I know you needed me about something. So that he was the first friend that they had. Daniel was, so big-hearted, open-hearted, and welcoming to everyone. I don't think he had an enemy in the world. He and I, growing up, we were very different people. Daniel was always walking to the beat of his own drum, right? And for whatever reason, I was more of a rules guy, I would like to think on some things I was more nonconformist, but I didn't approach Daniel. So growing up together, we had an interesting relationship. We loved each other. We did a lot together. We played sports together, like basketball, for hours and hours on end. We'd go skiing. As soon as he got I'm 3 years younger than Daniel, and as soon as he got his driver's license, we took the old family station wagon and went from New Jersey and headed up to Vermont. We did that a lot. One interesting trip we had, driving back to the dorm we were staying in up there from the ski area, at night, about 8 below zero, the front wheel of the station wagon in the middle of nowhere caught on fire. And it's like, now what do we do? I run out of the car, and I'm like, it's gonna blow up, it's gonna blow up. Daniel took his hands and shovels and is like burying the car in snow to put it all out. And he could talk anybody into also helping him. and some guy came by, he got a ride to the closest gas station, was like 25 miles away. It was like a Saturday night. He got the number of the guy, there was no cell phones, got the number of the guy's house who came, towed it, you know, and Daniel worked on the car with him, and you know, the guy like didn't charge us except for parts. And that was quintessential Daniel, that he would work. He also always showed up. He never expected anybody to do something for him that he wouldn't do himself. You know, I was talking to Clint the other day, and he told me how they had a property that had like 2 days to clear 5 acres. Otherwise, the landlord was going to go apeshit. So, and everybody said they would help, but Daniel, whose job it was, his business it was to be a landscaper, you know, took that time off and showed up. And he was the one who showed up, and they worked nonstop for like 2.5 days so that, you know, Clint didn't get in trouble with the landlord. And he would be there for people. That's really the way Daniel was. And he, in terms of this community too, he and other members of our family, we'd come here often for some of his big birthday celebrations. And he would plan those around the Sedona showcases that he used to produce and sponsor and be supportive of the musicians in the community. Those were amazing. I mean, dozens and dozens of musicians would play showcases, and then he would also have them as his charity events. There's one over here for his 60th birthday outside where the Steve Miller Band, he got to come play to benefit the homeless community here. And that, you know, like I said, that's who he was. My family, our parents are still alive. Eddie, my mom Dorothy, his stepdad Ben, his sister, my sister Heidi, my kids, niece and nephew, Maya and Michael, who live in California. Michael was wonderful and came here early in the week. He spent a lot of time with Jimmy. We were cleaning out things, and I so appreciated that my son was here with me. Both he and Maya live in LA. So, you know, he had, you know, his family would come here too for those birthday celebrations. I know, you know, recently he wasn't feeling so well. Daniel had blood sugar issues. He never uttered the word diabetes, but that's what he had. And I you know, selfishly wish he had admitted that to himself, that he could control it just by doing this or that. And sometimes you can, but you know, take care of yourselves, people. You know, sometimes, you know, I got and I understood his skepticism of traditional medicine. Believe me, I know a lot about that, and very skeptical myself. But sometimes it's the way. Take care of yourself. I think you would have lived a lot longer because it was easily controlled. And I think, you know, ultimately his systems gave in. And I think he kind of knew that too. I had a wonderful conversation with him about a week before he died. We don't always see, you know, eye to eye on some things. And I said, Daniel, let's put aside some of that crap. And he was so there, and he said, yeah, you're right, and let's, you know, talk, we're family, I love you, he said to me, let's love each other and be there for each other, and that would be wonderful. So we talked about music and how his love for music. And I have a collection of hundreds of albums, most of which are his. I said, I gotta get a turntable. He said, I'll get you a turntable and I'll send you the albums. But he left home, you know, when he was probably about 17 or 18, and he left in there. Some of you may not know, but he biked cross country 3 times when he was young. At a time when people didn't really do that, you know, they thought it was strange. But he did it, and he biked too throughout Europe with a group of people he met, called themselves the Planetary Peace Alliance, and that was Daniel, and they biked for peace. And they tried to actually bike all the way to Russia, but in the 70s, during the Cold War, there was that Iron Curtain that he couldn't get past. But he did bike through some Eastern European countries, and after that, he and his girlfriend lived in a cave on a Greek island for about 3 months. I was going through his personal items. I found a letter that he wrote to all of us when we were all still living at home in New Jersey about his life living in a cave in Greece, and how, you know, he says how happy he was, and how wonderful it was. And he apparently had to walk 14 miles to the post office to get this letter mailed, which he wrote in that letter. And, you know, that's also very much who Daniel was. So on behalf of his family, on behalf of all of us, and my wife, Pam, who's been there every step of the way, too. So on behalf of Pam and Heidi and Eddie and Dorothy and Ben and Michael and Maya and their spouses too, and significant others, Alexis and Kyle. I just want to thank this whole community. You guys are beautiful and awesome, and I feel blessed that he had you in his life.
Is Todd here? Oh, here you are. Come on over. One of Daniel's best friends, Mr. Todd. Thank you.
Drum roll.
Brother Daniel, you are traveling on. You're so loved by so many. What a huge circle. Our family, our wonderful tribe we have here. I don't know if it's happening in other places like this that has happened. And Daniel was at the hub of that, and he was always bringing a new person in. He was a connector. He was a heyoka. He would go upstream when people were going downstream. I met him over 30 years ago. Like all of us love Daniel so deeply, love all of you, and our tribe is love, our heart tribe. It's this Sedona place that attracted us, it seems, because she's so vulnerable, Sedona. She's so open. 300 million years of cut out openness that it seems that Sedona attracts people who are open, who are in their heart, who are connecting. I used to meditate with Daniel almost every day for years and years. And adventure trips. These pictures of him in the canoe behind you and over there, and this one over here. We went into Canyonlands. Daniel saved someone's life in Canyonlands. One of the brothers was just in trouble, and there was Daniel, just reached in and pulled him out. There was another trip that we were all going downstream, which is a good way to go when you're going on a canoe trip. Couldn't find Daniel. It was a windy, blustery day, and he got confused and he started going upstream. So we're all at one of the camp spots, and all of a sudden, late at night, 11 o'clock at night, here comes this canoe going downstream with lights all over it, and Daniel would stand up in canoe, cover himself in mud. He had his own way, as we all know. Daniel was a big heyoka. Liked to shake things up. I think that Daniel went way out past the edge and brought new information in. And even the new information that he brought in recently is still, wow, thank you. Because we're finding out so much. We're kind of the opposite of mainstream here. We are the alternative. I know that Daniel recently, we had a deep conversation. It was a brother gathering. We do a lot of sunsets, and everybody left, and we sat there under the stars for hours. And we really connected. We connected on so many different issues. It was so good. Love Daniel so much. I know all of you do. So many stories to share. There's a song I'd like to sing, and it's an old Lakota song, and it means creator, creator, we're here. I don't know if I should do it with the mic or not. So we're all here calling Daniel. I know you can see us. Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shila, Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shila, Tonka Shilaya, ya, Nawajelo, oh, Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shila, Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shila, Tonka Shilaya. Nawajelo, oh, Chanupawa Yoha Nawajelo, Tonka Shilaya, Aya, Nawajelo, oh, Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shila, Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shila, Tonka Shilaya, ya, Nawajelo, oh, Chanupawa Yoha Nawajelo, Tonka Shilaya, aya, Nawajelo, oh, Tonka Shilaya, strong, Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shilaya, Tonka Shilaya. Sorry,
so they can divert you from your spirit. Yeah. So Daniel knew. He knew. That man knew. All right. What do you think?
Yeah.
We got DL in the house. DL Harrison. Thank you, sir, for coming. Oh, that's perfect. All right, pocket. Pocket is never out, I guarantee it. And Daniel and I were working on this. I'll prove it to you. Listen. So if I go out of pocket, watch. But I can look like I'm in the pocket. Wait. Am I in? You can hear that, right? You gotta know when you're out of pocket. Because if you're lying or cheating, you're totally out of pocket. Because it coincides with your life. If someone cuts you off in the freeway and you go chase them, you just lost your pocket. Everyday quest to keep your pocket. If this heart is beating too fast, I have high blood pressure. My body is out of pocket. If you're lying or cheating, you're totally out of pocket. And if you're playing while I'm talking, are you in the pocket? No, you're not. You're in you. So today we're all about us. And I'm not here to call you out in any way. If anything, I just want to teach you something. Pocket is not frivolous. You got it, Sam. You got it. All right, you guys, get ready. Well, you are ready. Are artists and musicians are hams, okay? That's why we can do this. We can get out on that stage as nervous as we can be. It's like going on a roller coaster and you're nervous, right? But you want to go on it, right? Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, James Toon.
So I got a song. You get 16 tons an hour. So Daniel lived with me for like 10 years, and I was running down.
You gotta get really close, like you're gonna kiss it, but you don't. That's what I tell the kids. Get right in there. Shake it.
So I purposely set up this chair for him, and I purposely did not put a drum in front of it because Daniel couldn't keep a beat. And it's pretty cool hearing these stories that, like, I lived with him for like 10 years and I never heard any of these stories, it's like so cool. Anyway, yeah. So I was the one that found him, and he just went down and went out, so it was like, and it was okay. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, thank you everybody for showing up. Holy cow, like a standard morning. All these musicians, all you guys.
What's a good story about Daniel that you experienced? I know there's so many. Tell us a funny one. I know there's one. There's so many.
Hell, I can't think of a story other
Or
than
an experience with him that you'll never forget.
an experience that I had with him that I'll never forget. I ain't got nothing. We lived together. We got together really well because we were both night people. And he was up 3, 4 in the morning, slept till 12, 1, 2, and usually when he'd get up, his wake up pattern was we lived down on the river, right on the riverbank, and he'd go down, jump in the river, come back up, and hose himself off. But I couldn't talk to him because he was like one of these people that took a long time to wake up. But 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, if he saw my lights on, he'd come up and want to talk for like an hour and a half. Run off because I usually ran out of steam about 3 o'clock or something. We got along really well. Thank you, Jay, for coming and taking care of business. I drove freight trains for 28 years up in Chicago, so. Anyway, thank you so much for coming.
This is thunder. If you're tired, you can stop.
Thanks. I know many of you. For those of you that don't know, I say good afternoon, and thank you for honoring your friend, brother, Daniel Holland. And I thank you, Sabina, for bringing all these souls together to remember him. Myself, it's hard to dance and laugh, but I laughed, Tony got me. Tony always, all the way back to the Java Love before, and I thought I would share a memory, of Daniel. I've known him 32 years. Going back to those days over at Dry Beaver Creek with Hollis Little Creek and all the rainbow scenes over there, and what I remember about
him the most is that if you were going to pray, if you were going to meditate, if you were going to honor God, if you were going to talk to the creation in a holy way, he wanted to be there. He wanted to be there. Whether you were Christian, Jew, Muslim, Lakota, Buddhist, goddess worshiper, whatever, he was there. He honored all sacred things. That's how I knew him that way too. And when times were hard, if you were really in a spot, and in 32 years, you get in a few. If something needed to be moved, lifted, a lot of people have words, but Daniel would show up and sweat. He worked. He would come and, I don't know how many, every house that I have lived in this valley, he had his hands on a piece of furniture in that house, And then 6 months later, he's moving it back out to another place for me, And then too, same way, when he was really having a hard time, he would give me a call. And I knew if I got a call from him, you know how it is around here. We all see each other here and there, and it's all good, but there's those times, you guys know what I'm talking about, when it's real, right? He'd be there too. Didn't even have to ask him. So I want to remember the Holland family at this time. Jay, I want to thank you for honoring and serving and caring for your brother at this time. How you told me about it, how it was all your lives. Your mom, dad, sister, all those who mourn, and grieve for him. So I'm just going to say a brief word of prayer. Forgive me, I'm bilingual. And then there's a song. Then he used to ask me to sing for him and pray for him like that. There's a song that we have for when the soul is getting ready for the eternal joy, the eternal afterlife, the eternal life in heaven. There's a song that we sing. And we use that song. And for you drummers, I'll give you the beat real quick. It's real simple. Everybody will join like that. For now, I'm just going to pray, ask you all to remember Daniel Holland with your Creator, your sense of the holy, see his passage to that divine doorway to the everlasting life. You bless our brother, friend, relative, Daniel Holland, and the spirit journey into the holy afterlife. You watch over all the seeds of love that he planted in this creation as he walked, as he mixed among us, as he shared words selflessly, tenderly, and beautifully, the way that he did. May each and every soul in this room carry that love within them like that in hope, love, faith, and charity. You bless his mom and dad, brother and sister, and all those who cry for him at this time, those who couldn't be here, those who are elderly and infirmed, that couldn't make this trip, that cry today, that remember him, care for him, miss him like that. You bless all the people that he touched here in this room, one way or another, over the years, be it decades and decades, or just yesterday. Bless that memory that we carry of Daniel Holland inside of us, that it live, it grow, it flower, it prosper, it produce more seeds of goodness as planted by him. Mitakwi Oyasin. Okay, we're going to have a brief song for the, as this song's going, each and every one of you, I want you to open up that door of the heavens with your prayers for your brother, your friend.
Okay, for you with rebels and boards, it's just like this.
the drums. It's like the galloping horse. Forgive me for sitting in a chair. Usually we sit down here, but I don't know if I'm getting old or just lazy. Sit in the chair. You gotta find it.
So grateful to be here with everyone. And yeah, celebrating Daniel's beautiful life and bringing us all together to hold him in the space of love and light. And yeah, I'm going to just sing a little medicine song that I learned sitting in the Native American church. They're just healing songs. And so I'm just going to sing a little healing song for you guys that I learned. It's a Navajo song. And they're just called medicine songs. So they're not traditionally sung in this way. On like it's usually in the teepee and the little drum. So there'll be a little more drum. Okay, so.
Because I often facilitate and I teach and I forget to play. I can't hear you. So I'm going to play for you. Okay, so don't play if you don't mind, just for a second. I won't take up too much of your time.